flute and or mirror and or mitts in there. But it looks like we're off and going.
Here we go, and we see these guys start. Never mind. The first chest opened.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Now the question is, when does JSR get the sank? But just bombs out of Link's house here, which is going to set him up quite well, as eventually he's going to pull this early uncle play and then make his way to town. Whereas we don't know if AA is going to end up with bombs before hitting a shop.
So we see tree pole.
Oh,
wow,
and some money.
Very nice tree pole, getting 80 rupees on the tier 1 tree pole.
Very nice. And arrows from the hoarder.
Yeah, who needs some arrows? Uncle. Well, you can get some more arrows if you want. Is Aghanim going to be required?
Yes. That was something blue, either the flips or the flute. So there's potential at least.
There's some blue goo in the bottle. So AmazingAmpharos knows that we're going to have a trip on over to Aghanim at some point in time for something blue, something borrowed. JSR getting the book.
We've got mixed feelings in the chat over whether being flute or flips. I'm thinking it was flute. It looked like it was a little wide on the bottom to be the flippers.
They're going to just call it the floop.
The floop. Either way, the winner of this.
Hey, single arrow!
There it goes. But yeah, actually, JSR really getting a good start to an eventual Kakariko entry here. He's got the bottle to go check Sick Kid, along with the bombs to be able to get into the various back spots. On top of rupees to push him, I think at this point, he can grab all the vanilla under pot rupees and have enough for, what do you call the bottle vendor?
Well, JSR is going to go find a piece of heart at the race game. He's going to say absolutely not. And AmazingAmpharos is going to go and see what this bottle turns in immediately by the looks of things. Or he's going to go to the tavern first. And, oh, the mirror is on the bookshelf. So boots will be required at least twice this seed.
All right, and we do see Ampharos spending some time now going to a shop to get bombs. Ended up not finding any. Meanwhile, JSR gets what he needs for Bottle Vendor.
And we're going to go see the Sick Kid's return as AmazingAmpharos goes ahead and checks the chicken coop. The Sick Kid, plus 5 arrows. Nope.
Just a little bit of love from the chicken hut. All right.
Sarah's going to be chasing after that little bit of love, as well as we're going to go see what 100 rupees yields you in this seed. And that is a little more love.
Yep.
We're getting a whole lot of love early on in this seed.
Yeah, so hope you like Led Zeppelin.
Ew.
Oh, and the Moon Pearl here in the well. All right. Apparently, got clams live down there, making pearls. Blue mail. And more love.
These guys are going to be heart healthy by the time we get done to the seed. But here's a question for you. Are there these people going to check the pedestal while they're dealing with their walk through Kakariko Village and the Lost Woods? AmazingAmpharos had the chance to do so, but did not go that direction.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see. It's a certain amount of time invested. The payoff this early in a match can be very big, because say Skull Woods ends up a pendant, you might not get back up there until it's way too late if it turned out to be a pedestal seed.
By the way, we didn't really mention it early on, but all 3 dungeons are crystal dungeons, Eastern being part of that 5-6 combo.
Oh, very nice.
AmazingAmpharos is done with his Kakariko Village. He's going to go ahead and check. I would have to assume now would be the trip on over towards the South Shore.
Yeah, not having a permanent weapon yet, he's going to avoid the castle for now.
But he's full of bombs, so he has enough to take care of the mini Moldorm cave.
Indeed, as long as he's prudent with their use, he should be in good shape.
Both of these guys know how to execute, so I would be extremely surprised if they misused their bombs.
Now we're going to see JSR make his way up into the forest where Ampharos was a while ago. Well, we get a big 20 out of the dam. And as Dude reminds someone that the book was in the sanctuary, you know, that does seem like a fitting place, right?
Absolutely.
Like a Bible. Read off those sacred tablets and all that.
Speaking of sacred, there's the single arrow pickup for JSR2Gamers. Oh, he's got the book out. We are going to get a pedestal check.
Yeah, it looks like it. Either that or we're going to get you baited. But we got a vanilla heart piece there in the soggy spot. Yeah, now with considering the route that JSR took, this makes a little bit more sense than it would have for AA.
Yep, here we go. We have no idea what could not be on the pedestal because we don't know where the pendant dungeons are. We know they're in the dark world, but JSR is going to give us some big information right now. Is the pedestal required?
Oh, maximum
health increased. Yeah. That we need more health.
Yeah, if this was Zelda 1, maybe, right? You need those hearts to get that sword.
Need to get that ladder as the white sword item.
Yeah.
There's the lamp.
All right, lamp and cane of Burna. Coming out of Mini Moldum. That early lamp is going to make Eastern a bit more enticing, even if we don't have the bow to finish it, just because it puts it in the logic.
Could possibly open up the back 3 of escape via the sewers.
Indeed. Got to get a hold of key if we're lucky. And JSR heading back. Oh, he wants more bombs. Yeah. Wouldn't want to go heading off to the South Shore without him, as Ampharos makes his way towards the terminus of that route, Ice Rod. Ooh, just a little bit of abuse from the crabs. A little less scary with the blue mail.
Yeah, losing 1 heart versus 2 hearts, not necessarily that as scary as JSR tries to lift a box. He can't just do that. And there are the boots in Ice Rod Cave.
Hopefully JSR isn't holding out for those to make that trip. That is a tendency some runners have. But that is, well, the seed's not bootless anyway.
And we know the boots are very required this seed. What
Indeed.
Are those?
They're the way you get the mirror in this case.
Yeah, whatever that item was in the lumberjack tree.
That too. But yeah. Yeah, he's gonna head back over to the House of Books, as it's somewhat oddly called.
The International House of Books.
The IHOB. All right. And a question in chat: how can mirror not be required? If Swamp is a pendant and it doesn't hold anything that anyone else or any other part of the game needs, then you don't actually need the mirror. It's just super convenient. And then that plus minus the other warp spots.
Yeah, providing access to other various places, including but not limited to the JSR losing a bomb to the hole.
Yeah, decided to dunk one in. But
no ledges, or if you have the access to Hera, because don't forget, we need hookshot.
Oh, that's true.
Hammer or that mirror to get you access to Hera.
That's true. If neither of those items show up, or if for some reason they're both in Hera.
Now, here's a big decision for JSR. Is he going to go to Ice Rod Cave? It looks like he is, and that is the decision that he needs to make. Nice technique here by AA to get the guard killed.
Yeah. It looks like he just got a key from that chest then, right? So we're going to see that back of escape.
Yes, you're right. There is that key.
Yeah, because I noticed he took the time to open the door before he picked up the drop. Goofy. But yeah, JSR going to make the mandatory slow walk to Ice Rod now.
This is good. He was thinking about it. He was thinking about passing this up, and he will be rewarded with the boots.
And AA having to do himself a little bit of damage to make sure he makes the hits on these guards. And
yeah, he's going to have to be careful down to only 3 bombs at this point.
Yeah, and even the...
And the boots pick up there for JSR2Gamers.
Oh, and this is gonna work. I don't know. There we go.
Yeah, the problem with what AA is doing is that he has no way of stunning the guard, and he does not have enough magic to use the Cane of Burn, although he does have that blue potion if he really, really wanted to do so. Oh, we got the water dash here from JSR.
Very nice. So we're going to go check the island, which has just a little bit better than vanilla.
Yep, a heart container.
And the hobo is not to be forgotten, as AA begins setting up a death warp here. Hopefully he doesn't take it too far.
Let's hope he doesn't get the Sanctuary Heart or a fourth piece of heart, because we've seen that happen before in the tournament.
Oh, absolutely. It was, I think, a featured section as bombs come off of the hobo. And big money.
That's good news there for AA, who's trying to set up that death warp. 300 rupees.
Yep.
Well, we are going to see the back three of Escape now, especially since he has the lamp. Now, JSR is going to be checking the bonk rocks, and I think he's going to go grab that mirror too.
Yeah, both of our players just dashing around. So glad to have those boots. It is a speed run after all.
Answering the question in the chat about the water dash, it is not considered a major glitch. It's part of the minor glitches that are allowed in this category. Simply put, in the randomizer game here, when we're running these no glitches or glitchless modes, we're doing it under the policy that no major glitches is the rule set based on the vanilla route or vanilla games rule set.
Right.
And JSR going in here, and that item is the flute. Yep, so
who knows?
Now here's the thing about the flute. We don't know if that means Aghanim is required just yet.
Right, we have to get to Dark World first and check our map. But AA putting that blue cane to use to make sure he gets the key off of the rat before he puts the boots to use and deboosts into Bombos, the bow, and the hook shot. Wow!
Oh, nice!
Wow!
That's a nice triplet there.
Jam-packed escape.
Oh,
and you're expected to do this for the most part without a permanent weapon. Like, there's not all that many places left. Wow.
Next up, let's head on over towards Aghanim, or rather not Aghanim, rather Sarsaparilla and Eastern Palace.
Meantime, JSR has picked up his mirror. Now he's going to head up to Escape, and with that mirror, he won't have to worry about setting up a death warp once he gets down to the bottom. He can just...
Good point, yes.
Yeah. So that's going to be a little bit of time gain for him.
Sword.
There's a sword, half magic, and a fourth heart container for AA, which I think, based on what he's picked up in the meantime, would have, if it would have been a heart container in the cell chest, he would have been wrecked. Oh, man.
So, AmazingAmpharos now heading on over towards Eastern. This is a crystal dungeon and completable. Oh, nice strategy there for JSR using the Cane of Burna.
Yeah, and he's going to save a wealth of bombs for the rest of the required kills here.
Yeah, he's got 11 of them. And don't forget, these guys do have that blue goo if they really want an extra bit of magic at this point.
It's true. Meanwhile, AA making good use of the boots.
3 bombs is the first item here in Eastern. Don't forget where these guys are 14 minutes into this run has absolutely no meaning of how these guys are going to be standing come an hour and 14 from now. Oh, nice drop of the little bit of magic there.
Yeah, it's going to help make this kill a little bit more certain.
Except for he didn't get all the hits.
That's all right, because he can kamikaze this one. And there it goes.
Boom.
Oh, and I missed what the Eastern pickup was in the map chest.
I would have to say I missed it too, but we have about 1,000 eyes that are watching it for us.
If our trackers are... Our tracker says it's a bowl of nachos. aka the compass.
Must say I've never heard it be called that before, but if that's what you guys want to call it, that's perfectly fine.
I just feel like it has to go with the burrito. All right, and there goes that mirror use we expected.
And so now JSR is going to storm the gates and head on over towards the depository of this Hyrule Castle. Pick up the 3 great items in the back. AmazingAmpharos has not seen anything big in this Eastern just yet.
Quite right. He's working his way through. He's got the bow now, which, coupled with that lamp, gets him logically to the end of this dungeon. And one of his red crystals, so this is a great start to a seed.
The only question is what do you do after you're done with this? Because right now, this seed is not leading you in any particular direction.
Yeah, you don't have the gloves for desert, at least to finish it. But nobody's been over there. What if the power glove's there, or on the ledge, or at Agina that everyone likes to skip?
Bomb upgrade there, and I believe we already knew at this point that the last item was going to be the Armos, if I'm correct.
I think so, just because we had found both of the, or well, I think all the dungeon items at this point. Here we go. JSR gonna be very happy in a few seconds.
Yeah, there's his items 1, 2, and 3. And the sword will turn out to be in the back of a Sarashala's hut. We'll see JSR make his way over there now because you know how this game works, FB. It's called Follow the Breadcrumbs.
See, I'm actually anti-breadcrumb, but I understand. The fact is, the bow opens up something for the next good thing for them to do. But
yeah, I hate breadcrumbs because I usually lose because of breadcrumbs.
Yeah, not to be a naysayer, stop in your tracks on that. Because I've seen too many runners get burnt on it. Like, oh well, I got the mirror, so I should go check mirror spots, and then you spend all that time running around, then nothing happens.
Right, which is why you'd like to see something over in Desert where these guys aren't at this moment. But there's the hammer.
Yeah.
We are now a lift upgrade away from full Death Mountain access.
Yeah. Yeah, where are those power gloves? That seems like that will be the next big item.
Has to be Desert Way. That's the only thing I can think of at this point.
Yeah, unless 1 or 2 other items. Yeah, it's gonna be there or leading there, I guess.
Because we've already seen
out.
Yeah, Zora's out. We've already seen the Bonk Rock. That was a piece of art.
Right. So these guys just treading over their each other's tracks, and yeah.
You know what it could be? We could find the magic cape.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That or the Master Sword.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The forced Aga play.
Oh man. Because in the Master Sword, you're gonna go to Aga. You might not realize, like, hey, I have the book now, too. And, like, the tablets become active at that point. So, we'll see.
Surprised AmazingAmpharos. Oh, that's right. He didn't have the bottle when he made his first pass through a Kakariko village, but he's going to pick up the mirror now.
Right. We'll head south and do that.
Obviously, the next play for AmazingAmpharos is to go towards the southwest corner. That's the only place that these guys have available to him at this moment.
Right. Yeah, you can't even get in to do the early Aga as much as one of these players might be emboldened to do so. Nice quick kill here from JSR. Despawning 2 skulls off the screen and then getting 2 before they show up.
Because here's the thing that this seed could be requiring them to do. They could actually have to go to Aghanim to get the flute to get Death Mountain access.
You know, now that you mention it, that would be the absolute craziest thing that could happen, and I like it, and I kind of hope for it. Now, this is a guy who hates Aga 1 runs. but I want that now.
I hate AGA 1 runs as much as you do, but you might as well see 2 of the best runners in this category have to do everything in this seed.
Yeah.
So we already know the pedestal's out. We might as well have AGA required.
Right, and for Flute for gloves at, what, inside Spectacle Rock, I guess? Heck, they could be over Paradox Cave with the hook shot.
Oh, yeah. And all we need is a Master Sword or a cape to get that one to be a reality.
Yeah, and we're going to get a little bit of new information here from everybody's second favorite cowboy.
Second favorite cowboy? Who's the first?
Sriracha.
Oh, Sarasota?
Yeah, Szechuan. But nothing too good there.
Saskatoon.
Saskatchewan. Wow, stumbled over that one. Apologies to all the Canadian fans out there.
A.
Well, AA is in the race, but on the ledge?
On the ledge.
Oh, man.
The dream's dead.
But still, we get to see some more excitement come out of this. I just apologize to Canadians. That's a pretty Canadian thing to do, right?
That is correct. Now go watch some hockey.
I do that already, but cool. All right.
Hey, I've got hockey on the background myself.
Nice. All right, so what's on the torch? It's the big key. And a good thing...
Were required.
Yeah, good thing these guys went for him.
Giselle Chefs is sorry that they apologize so much. And there's a small key out of the big chest. We already knew that was going to be there.
JSR grabbing his hammer off the Armos. We'll see what he does next.
He has to go to the desert. He's got no other options.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this is where we begin to see that these guys really aren't that far apart. Because of their divergences, at times it looked like one or the other might have already had a kind of sharp lead. And I guess at this point it becomes apparent that AA does have a slight lead, but not nearly as big as it might appear.
Yeah, 22-minute lead, though, is not the same as a lead about 30 or so minutes in. Lamoldas are going to have one of the items.
But it won't be the
silver arrows. Oh, boy.
Yeah, great stuff.
Oh, where is JSR going?
Did he... Oh, he's setting something up. Okay.
Oh, he's doing the dash. He's setting up the another water dash.
Interesting. So he wants to go check out Waterfall Key.
Yeah, and also Zora while he's doing this.
Oh, yeah, true. He's got the money.
Yep, while AmazingAmpharos. Okay, so here's what JSR is doing. He's got the stored dash at this point, and he's trying to set up the fake flippers.
Right. He's having just a tiny bit of trouble. There, he gets it. Is AA opting out of the attempt at the DoorDash?
Yep. So AmazingAmpharos is going to be able to beat this dungeon, as JSR is going to be heading over, and he's going to go check the waterfall, as you mentioned before. He's got the Moon Pearl.
Right. Yeah, and he'll be able to basically use a glitch in the, well, a characteristic of the coding, let's say, that makes it so he's allowed to walk here on solid ground to get out of his water walk.
Yeah, and it's a good thing JSR did not collect a fourth piece of heart right there to complete a heart container. Otherwise, he'd be back in the water, but he would just reset and do this again.
Right.
And the magic cape. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. This could be a bit of a red herring for JSR. However, if that flute ends up being required, we could see it just kind of even out anyway.
And a nice kill on the Lamoldas for AmazingAmpharos, and that comes up as a piece of heart and a 5 rupee for JSR.
Yeah. It's the wrong kind of blue crystal, Zora.
And JSR lost his fake flippers. He's done. He can't get that magic cape.
All right, well, I guess it just depends on how bad he wants it if he'll try to set it up again, but hopefully this sets him back on sequence over the desert.
JSR has to go to the desert. That's the answer. AmazingAmpharos has this answer, and we'll be heading into the Dark World now.
Well, we're gonna get some information.
Yes, we have a 4/7 chance that Aghanim is required.
All right.
And that answer, Green Pendant Mire.
Right. Yeah, Green Pendant Mire. And yes, AA checked the Lumberjack Cave. We got a flute in there. And so if it turns out the Green Pendant or Mire have the item to get into go mode, then Aghanim will end up required.
We also had Turtle Rock as one of our pendants as well, as we checked out what was formerly known as Hype Cave back in the day, and it turned out to still not be any hype.
Yeah, it's can't have all the stuff, all the seeds.
But there's still a chance that Aghanim could be required.
Right.
If Mire has something special in it, or the Mire area.
This is true. Yeah, checkerboard, even the shed. Rick, did you happen to catch the third pendant?
I have no idea what it is.
I happen to miss it myself.
I was more concerned with what that Mire situation was.
Yeah. The one I did see was Swamp was definitely crystal. All right, getting the mirror ledge check here south of Grove. It's for 20 that will be passed up.
AmazingAmpharos doing the digging game. Anyone between 1 and 30 will yield the item. I'm going to say number 17. What about you?
Let's go 11. There it is on 6.
Yep, we were incorrect.
Yeah, if you took the difference.
Good point. That's what we're doing. We're taking the difference, right?
Yeah, just, complicated math stuff.
2 plus 2.
5 for sufficiently large values of 2.
I like the way you think.
There goes silvers for JSR. Looks like AA is gonna go for play into the northwest here, either to Skull Woods or to the village of Outcast, but probably the other one right after.
This makes a lot of sense as JSR is about to go ahead and pick up his glove, trying to set up some dashing speed here, and gets it. And now let's get ourselves a glove.
All right, and looks like AA wants to go south first.
He's flocking south for the winter.
Seems fair. And 1 arrow. And the fire rod. Wow. Sharp play there.
Yep, so if you went up towards Skull Woods, you were in a trap at that point. You would have to double back.
Yeah, you want that fire rod to get into the back of that dungeon. AA chopping bushes to get one more bomb out of that. And I'm gonna bet the way he knows this game, that was definitely on purpose and not just killing.
Yeah, he's down to 0 bombs otherwise, so that was a good move.
Yeah. They'll save him, if nothing else, the lift of a pot or 2 as he gets to the back of this dungeon. Which I'm gonna bet is a crystal based on his willingness to go in.
Yeah, JSR 1, 2, and not quite 3. Yeah, he got hit by the rock and that lost his ability. And sword upgrade for AA Inside Thieves.
Indeed.
For those who are inquiring about Game 2 or the final broadcast of the championship match, it should be included in our Best of 2017 broadcast, which will be coming up tomorrow during the vodcast.
Indeed.
And JSR heading over to the Dark World now, and hopefully we'll get another look at the map. So therefore, we will go ahead and know what that third pendant was. Palace of Darkness.
Yep, and
Thieves Town was the other part of the 5.
Yep. Very nice. All right, and AA just diving deeper into Thieves Town as JSR makes sure to get those crystals and pendants marked on his own tracker.
Special thanks to Lyra GG, who was our tracker for this matchup.
Yeah, speaking of trackers, thank you, Lyra.
So JSR now going to do everything that AmazingAmpharos did a little bit ago, and so far the big prize of this dungeon was a sword upgrade for AmazingAmpharos.
Right, and we know that Blind will have the last item now, seeing all 3 dungeon items. And I'm not sure if Jake Cooper was stating or asking, but yeah, the pedestal flippers is definitely a possibility.
Well, we already know the pedestal dream was dead.
Oh, that's right.
Found out that was the full heart container.
Right, I forgot they checked it, but in theory, had it not been checked, it would have had the possibility. And interestingly, JSR is heading to Pod.
This is quite the play here for JSR. Probably hoping to make a gamble now to see if Pod has something nice for him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he knows the pet is dead, as we established.
Flippers in the big chest in Thieves Town.
There they are. There's 4 non-dungeon items in Thieves Town, and 2 have been pretty good.
Now you know what this means? You know what this means, Epi?
Mitts.
We are just mitts away from go mode.
Yeah.
And
now they could be anywhere.
The Cane of Samaria.
Oh, it's true. We may have a right side Ganon's Tower key. Somebody claiming that Aghanim play is dead. Not yet. We need that. We still have the possibility of that cane then. So, just a shield out of Pod so far. And the king could be here. It's definitely one of the Pod's abilities.
A piece of heart coming up from Blind, and AmazingAmpharos is done with the 3rd crystal. That makes AmazingAmpharos now have the 5-6 combo.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the reasons he picked this.
As we check the Sea House, another piece of heart for AmazingAmpharos. And JSR getting all the keys, which is normal for the path through the Palace of Darkness, because it's all in the back.
Right. So many locked doors in this dungeon, they need to load you up ahead of time.
So JSR making his way to the back of this Palace of Darkness, and now for JSR's sake, he's got to hope that something comes out of this, because otherwise he's going to know, he's got to have that feeling that he's behind.
Yeah, it's, I would say he had that feeling in order to make this play. There are the mids!
Pod!
Oh my god! Whoa! What? Wow.
That is a savings grace here for JSR2Gamers.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh my. And now for guaranteed go mode, the Cane of Samaria now lurks out for us to be on commentator's no mode.
Yeah. And now I haven't been counting the items in pod, so we'll see if he decides to go down the helmet after this.
Ice Rod inside the Palace of Darkness. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, we know that,
Not going to be required, but
yeah, because what we would need would be Kane to actually use the Ice Rod.
that
Wow.
is a red herring.
Yeah. Or a blue one in this case, maybe. But, yeah, let's see. If he's got the smarts to get up to Thieves Town now, we're gonna see him approach it from the south, having acquired those mitts.
Hey, yep,
Supposedly that
Leviticus.
is where he's going. Yeah,
What color is the Cane of Samaria?
it's red.
There's your red herring.
I thought you were saying the Ice Rod itself was.
Well, at first I was, and then I thought about it once you said that, but really, truly, the Cane of Samaria would be the red herring. Nice kill of Mathula for AmazingAmpharos, and he gets a bomb upgrade for his efforts.
Yeah, really clean fight there. That's one that even for the best runners can get a bit out of hand at times.
So JSR is going to make his way over towards the village of Outcasts. Now, you know the nice thing about what JSR did about going to pod?
And what's that?
He's got the mid, so he doesn't have to do a save and quit at the digging game.
Right. Yeah, he's gonna be able to just make his way right up here. Yeah, optionally he could have chosen to mirror then and go all the way up to the woods, but either way, with the mitts, able to just walk it right in. And if he just goes to the first dungeon he finds, he's gonna be in absolutely stellar shape.
The only question is how much of the overworld is JSR going to do before he goes into Thieves Town? And this will answer some of the questions here as he grabs the frog for the tour.
Yeah. Now, as for things that AA is going to do next, I imagine he'll do a little bit of North Dark World here to just kind of check that off the list. He does have the mirror, so he can check out what do you call King's Tomb as well as the Graveyard Ledge.
And Slim Kirby making a very important note here is AmazingAmpharos is going to have to be drawn into Palace of Darkness at some point in time because of the fact that the Titans can't be too deep in this game.
Right, it actually blocks a couple of things that they need to do.
Yeah. So at some point in time, AmazingAmpharos is going to be down to having to do the Palace of Darkness.
Right. And in the meantime, it's not like he doesn't have crystals he can do. As Orpheus is pointing out. But yeah, so
Right
pass
now-
on the purple chest, which is a good move.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs to get into pod, and he needs to get into the pod right now. He's going to take care of this other stuff here in the Village of Outcasts, which will help get JSR on the right track. AmazingAmpharos checking things here in the northern section. We're still looking for decent sword upgrades, too. Not necessarily needed for this game, but these guys would love a tempered.
Oh, absolutely. With the tempered and silvers will make this easy mode Ganon fight, whereas the Master Sword would still leave them in a bit of a rough start, having to spin and manage all the rebounds and all that. And don't worry, chat. He'll go right back into Thieves Town just as soon as he finishes clearing out the rest of the village.
Yeah, because here's the thing with the JSR. He's going to be in what he would presume to be go mode once he's done with Thieves Town. AmazingAmpharos is making his way over to Swamp.
Yeah, it's a dungeon he can finish. It has 6 items in it. We know that the only really good one that he's going to find, and he only potentially needs 2, the cane could be in here.
That is correct. And again, we don't know if the cane is going to be required. The big question at this point is, where would the big key be in Ganon's tower? If it's on the right-hand side, the cane is required.
Right,
and
that's a 4 and 22.
That's correct. Well, what number?
4 out of the 22 chests would be blocked by the cane, right?
Nope, 5. Tile room.
Oh, right. I always forget about it. Because I guess
Yeah.
I'd rather... Yeah, 5 and 22.
Nobody wants to be in tile room. These two do not want to. These two do not want that to be in the tile room at this point.
So we have a highly probable go mode for JSR coming.
But AmazingAmpharos is still searching for the mitts. And mitts would give the go mode. JSR is going to be what he would presume to be go mode. And this would be about a 76% chance go mode or 77% go mode if once he gets to the big chest.
Right. So it'll be interesting to see just how much he really plays like it. I think in a tournament race like this, with a strong opponent, and that's to say that of either of these guys, you kind of have to play it like it's go mode, because yeah, and I can say I know AA would play it like that as soon as he gets his mitts. I'm not familiar enough with JSR's play style to make a guess on that.
I think both of these guys are going to make the go mode moves here once they get the corresponding items that they need for that. As AmazingAmpharos continue to check chests, and we find the big key south of the big chest, which is a good place to find it.
Yeah, why not? And for a big 20, big plays.
That was the right item, just not the right item he needed.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be horrible if we get all the way to Ganon's tower, the big key is on the right-hand side, and the cane of Samaria is in Meyer's shed?
That would be something crazy.
Even worse, in Meyer.
Oh yeah, like 150. Oh, or it's the green pendant, right? Why not have Sahasrara walking around with it, right?
No, he can't, because you need cane of Samaria to beat Meyer.
Oh yeah. Getting ahead of myself. All right, flippers now.
And at 44 minutes and 5 seconds, JSR is in 77%
go mode.
77% go mode at 44 minutes in. We don't know where that big key is in Ganon's tower, but we have every reason for JSR, who is down 1-0 in this best of 3 series, to go as if he's in blitz mode now.
Right. So we've got his blind fight starting off. AA picks up compass. Taking a little damage from blind, but he can take it with the hearts and the mail. Worst case scenario, we'll end up seeing him go to Burna, but he doesn't need it. As he gets a piece of heart.
Shovel found for AmazingAmpharos.
Ooh.
That could be a silver herring.
Indeed. And if the ratios have anything to say about it, we'll have a 57-minute true go mode for JSR.
Watch JSR gets the Cane of Samaria somewhere in his upcoming travels. Like, I'm going to guess, just because the way this game knows, that we're going to probably see Cold Stare drop the Cane of Samaria.
That would be something.
But this is where the big difference comes into play. AmazingAmpharos is going to be checking every single chest here in this swamp, hoping to find the Titans-Myth, whereas JSR is just going to go right straight to the end. So we don't know who's really leading at this point. Ooh, Quake.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. We'll have to see if we ever make our way down to the Mire area.
And there's a bee in a bottle. If AmazingAmpharos wins game 2, that is it. AmazingAmpharos claims the third place title over JSR2Gamers. If JSR wins, we're going to a game 3 immediately following this.
Indeed.
A lot of excitement here in this game 2, my friend.
And expecting himself to have a key there. Instead, employing the fire rod to get it off the Gibdos. And AA just gonna do hooks and slashes.
Now, if I'm AmazingAmpharos, the next stop is Pod. Because he's in the area here. Maybe he checks the Pyramid Ferry first. But I don't see him not going to Pod afterwards. Nice modular kill.
Yeah. Super clean. Now, AA going to the second phase of Argus, gonna try to bait the... Yep.
Yeah,
It's the spawn spot and the silver kill. And there's Tempered Sword.
Tempered Sword, so that means both of these guys are guaranteed to have a Tempered Sword and silver arrows heading into the Ganon fight.
Right, and that's going to make that just go so fast once we get there.
And you know the amazing thing about this route here?
Is it Ampharos?
Tower of Hera is going to be the last dungeon for JSR2Gamers.
Most likely, yeah. I mean, I imagine that's the way he's going to want to put it together. Because he's going to do Swamp and then Ice.
Oh, AmazingAmpharos is going to check the shovel.
Might as well.
And then he's going to go back. He's going to, I believe, purchase the Pyramid Bomb to find out if that is worth something. Then they go into Palace of Darkness. He's got to go into Palace of Darkness. We know that.
Yeah, either that or he'll bite the bullet on Tower of Hera and get that out of the way because he can finish. But we'll see.
This is amazing, the fact that these two have gone on different routes, and JSR made a gamble into Palace of Darkness, which seemed for the longest time like it was a bad gamble for JSR, and then all of a sudden there's the Titans-Myth, a required item.
Yeah, that was absolutely absurd.
But JSR is going to blitz this dungeon. He may check the waterfall chest just because it's on the way.
Yeah, there's a couple that you'd almost be silly not to. I guess he won't end up with the big key, though, because that's in the southern room. He most likely won't be inclined to check.
Yeah, he's going to miss out on 20 rupees there.
Yeah.
All right, Pyramid, what do you have for us? And Pyramid Fairy, what do you have for us? Pyramid has the Bloomerang, and inside, what do we have? A piece of heart and a 5-arrow upgrade, and AmazingAmpharos is saving and quitting. Uh-oh. Oh no, AmazingAmpharos is going up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of chests up there. And there's a crystal at the top. It's one you want to save for last, but you know that and especially AA knows that the logic doesn't care which one he wants to save last. It's putting the item somewhere. We just happen to know that he also needs to go to pod.
It's the move that AmazingAmpharos needs to make, but he's not going to do so. There are crystal dungeons he can finish, and the Tower of Hera being one of them.
Indeed.
I'm surprised AmazingAmpharos didn't at least try to go in there to see what was going on. And JSR's checking the convenient chest, and so therefore he will get the Quake in case it's required.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if that comes up or not. Because this will be the play that he has made that may save his bacon. He also picks up that B-Torp, as you say, getting the convenient chests.
And AmazingAmpharos here getting 3 bombs off the old man.
He doesn't seem very grateful for the assist. Go where, I'll blow you up.
Here's some bombs for Paradox Cave. Good luck, young man.
Oh, and I've gotten a grade from the professor
Chain
himself.
of Siberians on Spectacle Rock!
Oh my! So, at this point, we would expect JSR to do Tower of Hera last. He's gonna get it on the way. And that seals it off. He's in no mode. 100% no mode, KN.
Oh my goodness, that is a huge find right there, and JSR is going to come across it at some point in time as he gets the Tempered Sword off Argus, and he will be heading off.
And there's Ether. Oh man.
Oh, Ether, Vanilla Ether!
Yeah, oh yeah, that is Vanilla, wow.
As JSR is going to be heading over towards the Ice Palace now.
Alright, so small key early. Never bodes well, but there's one more chest to check.
Excuse me, it is 5 degrees below zero outside. We do not need vanilla at this point. As JSR goes into, speaking of 5 degrees below zero, Ice Palace.
Indeed. Coldest of stairs.
Where he meets up with Cold Stare.
Indeed.
See, I know where you're going with that.
Alright, yeah, and AA gonna end up wading through this tile room, taking advantage of iframes from the pegs.
I'm just taking a look at this timer here. JSR could be up on Death Mountain doing the Hera and against Tower combo coming up at about an hour and 6 minutes in.
It's gonna be a very quick seed from these guys.
I only wish that was 5 degrees centigrade.
Yeah, it ended up snowing in my neck of the woods today, and I wasn't expecting it, so took an excuse to be lazy.
Couldn't you ask for it to go away?
Oh, I love the snow. Until I have to clear off my car, but I love the snow.
Yep.
Alright, AA waiting it out, picking up a map.
Here's a map for your troubles.
Yeah, and at this point, we know what AA needs. We know where it is. The only items he finds are gonna kind of detract from him getting to where he needs to go.
And the only items that could really detract him from it at this point would be the mushroom or the powder.
Right, just to draw him to those fetch locations.
Because we know where the cape is. The worst case scenario here for AmazingAmpharos is he decides to gamble on Aghanim, but even there, but this is the Fulgrim. He doesn't have the mitts to do anything over there.
Right, exactly. So he's in, all things considered, the best bad shape he can be in. And that's not to say that it's even very bad shape. This JSR is just dashing to the finish here, taking advantage of the bomb jump and all that. As J-Man points out, it's so fast, Go Mode IP.
It's so good. And he's going to go with the Bombo strats here. As AmazingAmpharos is going to go ahead and check the right-hand side of Death Mountain Spiral Cave as well as Paradox Cave. Nice cold stare kill there for JSR2Gamers.
Yeah, they were starting to get out of the corner, and he says, oh, no. Has just a little trouble with the menu, and then 3 quick fire rod shots. Very nice.
Yeah, that's nice, keeping your cool at that point. As JSR, oh, mushroom! Oh, my God!
Oh, and keeping his cool, you say.
You want a fetch quest? AmazingAmpharos doesn't need a fetch quest, but this game wants to send him on one. I have no other words I can say.
He needs those Titans mitts. We're gonna leave that line blank, but we know they are in pod. We'll fill that one in later. All right, a single rupee and a heart piece.
This JSR now heads up to the mountain at 57 minutes in. He's going to go do the Tower of Hera first, mirror over, and go into Ganon's Tower. Whether or not he checks the Spectacle Rock to see that the Cane of Samaria is there for at least knowledge's sake will be a different story at this point.
Right. Filey and ask him for a bad word that ends in it. Save and quit. That's one, right?
That is correct. Only word that came to my mind at that point was bit. Remember, 250 bits donation to any of the speed gaming channels can get you on the leaderboard, which we'll be talking about in a little bit.
Indeed. We're gonna wait. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see. It looks like since JSR is going this way with it,
he's going pod. He's got to go pod now. He's got no other option.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna go that way. Now JSR is going to the east side of the mountain first.
Hopo.
I guess he's cognizant of the fact that he may need that cane. I mean, I would expect him to be, and he's just gonna look pretty close to where it is.
Yeah, here's the thing is that he does not want to blow game 2 when he has a must-win game because he didn't check spots near where he is going for this Cane of Samaria. Little does he know that it's right next to where he need it.
Yeah, 7 slots here. He's getting that fireball shield now too, which is, not necessary, but a nice pickup. Might save him a fireball shot or 2 in Ganon's Tower. But the thing I'm interested in is he's going to go up there, and is he going to take the Turtle Rock portal? Or is he going to head right over across the bridge?
No, he's going to do the portal.
That's what I'm thinking, but then he's going to go and have to mirror, and then will he see the cane, and then will that come into play?
I think what the case would be for him at this point, he would probably... I would assume set up the portal. If he finds out that it's there, he knows where it is in case he needs it, and it's a quick trip away.
Right. Because the thing he wants to do, is set up his mirror outside. So he finishes, jumps in, runs right into GT. But yeah, we'll see. This is going to be very interesting, and one way that this turns out before Hera that makes it a worse version that we know of yet. We've got robots.
Yep, I'm being told we have robots too. Either was the medallion required for Turtle Rock, not that we need it anymore.
Right. But if you wanted to, it's right down the other end.
Oh, okay, so here he goes. Is he walking over to Spectacle Rock? No, he isn't. So he's just going to go straight into Tower of Hera.
All right, sounds like we're back based on chat. That's cool. That's cool.
So AmazingAmpharos needs to make it to the back of Pod into the Spike Room, where that is where the Titan's Mid turned out to be. Thank you, Liam Atlas, for the 250 bits. Once again, that is what you need if you want to get yourself on the leaderboard. You can do the leaderboard regardless, but we definitely do appreciate anybody who does support speed gaming and the many tournaments they put on the air.
Indeed.
Just a reminder, exclamation point, key sanity. Coming next month.
Yep. That one's going to be a lot of fun. Just the silliness that comes out of that game mode is pretty it's pretty tough to measure.
And also don't forget, we have the No Major Glitches tournament coming up in March, which already has reached the 128 person gap, and there's a waiting room full of people waiting to get into this tournament.
Right. You're going to need your PB posted by, it's a date in March, is it?
I can't remember.
March 18.
March 18, yep.
Thank you. Yeah, and if you're into the execution aspect of Rando, my goodness, are you going to love No Major Glitches if you're not familiar with it. Some of the players who do extremely well with the Rando have really strong roots in the NMG run, including, we'll say, a certain member of the top 4.
By the way, AmazingAmpharos now in Go mode at 1 hour 2 and 18.
Yep. And he's the first 100% confirmed Go mode. He will be able to get that key no matter where it is. And Chris Muncie asking about the PB you need to compete in that. It'll depend on who all's entered. The top 128 PBs will get in.
Yep, we will go ahead and keep an eye on that as we move along. But amazing turnout here from the Link to the Past community. As AmazingAmpharos now Go Mode Ice Palace, and JSR is finished off with Moldorm. Time to do the game.
Yep,
Happy?
got it started.
One final time for us.
Yep, and we're off and going with a guess from 1 to 22. Tell us where you think Ganon's Tower Big Key will be. We base this on the number from the first player's routing, not on a specific position. So if you want Bob, I suggest guessing 14. That's usually where it is, but depending on how they go, might not be the case.
And once again, as we mentioned before, if you have subbed to any of these speed gaming channels or have donated 250 bits to any of the channels, you're eligible for the leaderboard, and it's all, once again, just for fun. Here we go.
Yeah, 1 hour and 4 minutes he goes down those stairs. We got a key and some arrows. Thank you for stopping the bot, Rick.
No problem. So here we go.
We got our first 2 out of the way now.
Big key on the torch!
Oh man, no cane required. He didn't go for it.
And so he's just going to go grab a second. Yeah, he's going to go grab a second key.
Yeah, it's easier than killing mini Helmas later.
So if you guess chest number 3, you are a winner.
And that first guess of a supporter goes to Blind Deaf Ref. So congrats on that. We had a bit of a restart on the leaderboard, so you got yourself a spot right at the top, alphabetically.
That means Slim, Kirby, and Fireland, you better be getting ready for this.
Yep, gonna switch out comms right after this to most likely bring you a game 3. It would take just something terrible to happen to end this in 2 now.
Yeah, and we're not even going to talk about this as we try to watch JSR's walk up this tower. And, you know, at 65 minutes in, you've got to be feeling good about yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. Putting that tempered to work. Oh, and fighting with the conveyor belt more than the Zazak there. Really crisp. Oh, BMO saying no to the fire rod shot.
With half magic, not quite as much of a problem as if he didn't have that, though.
Oh, really? This room, to me, like, is almost harder than the last room, which he's doing now. But he just made that look so easy.
Oh, he is making this tower look really easy. These are the kind of nerves he needed back in game, I believe, game 2 against Ben in the semifinal.
All right, let's see.
Smooth!
Yeah, learns from the first one, gets him nailed down. As speaking of clean, AA really doing a number on Cold Stare. Not to be overlooked.
That is an amazing here as he now goes up to the 5th floor. And
oh, yeah.
That's
and
right.
Keenless Wizard rooms.
Yep.
Feels bad, man.
And I believe he's had a caneless run through here, and he's learned his lesson about this. As AmazingAmpharos is about to join him up the tower. So it is still a close race here, but JSR right now is definitively in the lead.
Absolutely. Yeah. And by quite a lot. Now, AA has a choice he can make that's a bit... like, it'll be a real bummer if he decides to take the right side, because we know where the key is. But he had that option, and JSR did not. He didn't have the cane.
Yeah, we probably might see him check the right-hand side on his way up, as JSR now up on the 6th floor, about ready to tackle against Moldorm 2.
Yep. And saving a bit of time there, not having to worry about those Helmas, getting that key earlier. Oh, and overthrowing his bomb, though.
Yeah, a little too close to the end, to the track there, which made the bomb stick instead of do exactly what he needed. Grabs himself the magic, and he is off to Moldorm 2.
Indeed. Yeah, nice knowledge there, remembering the full magic decanter.
Yep, and AmazingAmpharos now into Ganon's tower at 1 hour 8 in change.
Yep, we got synchronized cutscenes with the Moldorm 2 explosion and the GT opening.
And no final chest opening here for JSR. He just wants to get himself to the finish line.
He doesn't need anything now. He's actually, he still has blue goo, too, so he has a little bit of room to work with.
The only good thing that could have been in that final chest for JSR would have been the butter sword, but even there, that's not a huge time difference.
Yeah, at that point, I would say the, like, oh no, safety extra blue goo would have been better even.
AmazingAmpharos is mirroring. He is going to go up this tower and get to the big key in number 3.
Yep. Good. Man, oh, just missing a trip there.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah. But he doesn't make
and that's a nice final
time. Very nice.
So JSR off to Ganon and AmazingAmpharos up the tower. If JSR is able to finish this off, game 3 coming up right after this. Stay tuned.
Yep. Yeah, and we're going to have a drop into Ganon short of the 110 mark. Which is going to put this right up there as one of the fastest times in the tournament if this Ganon fight goes as smoothly as we expect.
And also, JSR does have a fairy in a bottle, too.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he saved one up. Remember, he was bonking in the rocks earlier?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, you will have to be careful here, down to 3 hearts as he tries to get himself going. And he's got himself the perfect setup, but he's a little too far over, and he ends up taking the death to the fire bat. But he, again, does have the fairy, but he's going to have to be careful.
It's a little bit of time lost, but going to be able to take advantage of the iframes there and get rid of the, what do you call it, get through phase 2.
Yeah, what JSR needed to do at that point is get further over to the right where he would have been able to do this without any problems.
Right. At that point, he could have even lined up the epic double spins. But yeah, making sure to be responsible, get his hits in before Ganon gets a chance to jump here in phase 3. Don't want to be dealing with a Ring of Fire.
Just to answer Taco Nexus, the Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament resumes after games done quick, so mid-January. And there's fire number 1 for JSR.
Oh, and perfectly timed fire hit. You barely saw the lights go out.
And there's 2.
Yep.
And 3. Gets the lamp out, get himself, missed him just a little bit. And there's the 4th and final, and JSR2Gamers has forced a Game 3.
Congratulations to him. What an awesome match. Man, I was laughing as he buried a couple more arrows into the mural on the wall.
And we have a Game 3 as JSR finishes with 11-24.
Wow.
And we're going to get JSR2Gamers into here. We're going to talk about this and find out why the nut decided to go into the Palace of Darkness, a pendant dungeon, when he did, because that was the move that won him this match.
Absolutely. Just an absolutely absurd one. JSR.
We have a
good game.
Thanks, guys.
Holy wow.
So
what possessed you to go into pod?
Well, I had everything to do it. There was a couple of things I had in the seed that I would attribute to being very, very fortunate. And the biggest one wasn't so much that I chose to go to pod. Although pod always has value and I could complete it and I was there anyways. And I just kind of thought, you know what? I'm going to make a gamble here. And if it pays off, it might win me the match. And if it doesn't, then, you know, GG. You know, I didn't think it was going to be this much of a go, you know, freaking jet seed. But I don't know if you guys noticed me trying to set up the glitch with the boots over the Molten Cave.
Mm-hmm.
If that glitch works, then, or if Zor doesn't give me a stupid 5 rupee, or I'm not sure what exactly caused it, but I was going to Aga with that cape.
Oh,
I'm thinking
if that was going to be it, yeah.
I'm thinking what may have happened is when you fell in without the actual fake flippers, you may have lost it there. But anyways, I want to ask you one question. How nervous were you going into Ganon's Tower without the Can Scenario?
I was a little nervous. I remember in my Game 2 match against Ben in the semis, same exact scenario, and the big key was literally the very last chest that you could check before you had to say, well, darn, I guess I'm leaving.
So, do you have any guesses where the Candace and Mario turned out to be?
I'm gonna guess it was on Death Mountain somewhere. I mean, it very well could have been. It
was 20 feet away from you.
It was on top.
Magical Rock.
Yeah. And I just want to remark, that was a very nice Aga 2 from AA. It had, like, basically that same crispy finish you did of, like, lining up the diagonal trip.
I'm wondering if I even noticed on my side if I ever saw it, like when I went to Hera. I don't think I did. I don't think I checked. That's funny because you know what? I was probably gonna go Dark Death Mountain first, and
which drove you away from it again. Which
exactly. So I guess I got lucky. I mean, you know, I'll take it.
I'll tell you what, while the play in the pod may be able to be called lucky, you absolutely executed just brilliant through the whole thing, so you can't take that part away.
I definitely felt like I played well today. I'm definitely feeling good. I'm glad we're doing game 3 right after because I feel good tonight. And,
right, keep it going.
Exactly. I'm hoping that I can give him a good match for game 3. Because, AA is one of the best in the world, man. And it's an honor to get the chance to race him.
Well, hey, you're at least in the top 4, so.
But yeah, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for the commentary. Also, Speed Gaming and Fiesel for the restream. Everyone for putting on the tournament. And let's let AA finish up, man.
All right.
Yeah,
and thank you.
As he gets over to stage number 4 of this fight against Ganon. Oh, he takes a death, and I don't think he has a fairy. Yeah, he doesn't have a fairy. He has to do this all over again.
All right. I just want to wish JSR best of luck in his game 3.
Thank you.
Yep.
And good move bottling up that fairy because it came into play in your Ganon fight.
Right.
I don't know. I don't even know what happened there. I had the sweet spot set up, I thought, and then I started moving left, and I guess I kissed the fire bat, and I was like kicking myself for a second. Then I was like, oh yeah, I got that fairy. Okay.
I was surprised you didn't set yourself up over a little more towards the right-hand corner there. That's usually where people set themselves up for sword spins.
Yeah, I don't actually normally do the sword spin thing because I always seem to mess it up. It's just something that I have to practice more, especially since I intend on doing the No Major Glitches tournament, and I'm not nearly as good at the vanilla game as I am at the rando. I definitely need to improve my Ganon fight, so that way I can take advantage of those circumstances in the vanilla game.
Yeah, it's definitely a different bear to have a forced set of items going into something. A little more predictable, but generally Rando can afford you some luxuries compared to the NMG.
By the way, is 71 minutes of PB for you?
I'm not sure, actually. Let me check. I wonder if I can check that. Let me see. I think it's close. It's got to be close.
Yeah, this is right up there with one of the fastest times in the tournament, so... And JSR, if you do need to take a moment and get ready for Game 3, by all means.
I will shortly. I just want to wish AA GG before we take our break.
Consummate sportsman.
And therefore, AmazingAmpharos has now finished off the fight against Ganon, ready to walk into the door. And there we are, 117.50 for AmazingAmpharos. GG to both of these guys, a sub 80.
Sub simple dude, Kappa.
Dude who ended up winning the Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link 100% all.
Oh. I think we lost to Rick.
We lost Rick down.
Ada gone deck.
So, yep, I'm back.
All right. And AA expressing that he did not go with his gut on myths here in the SRL chat. So, seemed like the seed had a certain smell to it for our both of our runners to be on the tail on that. And it looks like AA is itching to get Game 3 underway.
He wants this match right now. Wow. Yeah. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a 5 to 10 minute break anyway, so we can go ahead and get things transitioned over, get these guys a new seed. Great game, JSR, and good luck in Game 3.
GG, JSR. Good luck. And thank you all for tuning in. Do stick around, as we say. In just a short bit, we're going to get this Game 3 underway. You don't want to miss this.
Absolutely. But first, this is our last time on commentary. It's been fun doing this with you, Appy.
Oh, you too, Rick.
But big thank you to the community who's allowed us to be on the air here to broadcast these games, for Speed Gaming, for giving us the platform to be on the air, and for anybody who's worked behind the scenes like Lara did here for tracking and any of the other trackers. It's been a fantastic tournament. I had a lot of fun, just like I did in the first tournament, and I'm looking forward to the next tournament down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. I cannot wait to do more of this. But
So
be signing off.
Yeah, I think it's
you
time
in the
for us
capable hands of is it Philian and Slim Kirby?
It's gonna be Philian and Slim Kirby joining us next for Game 3. Winner takes all. Should be a lot of fun. So let's get them in here and let's have ourselves a good night. Stay tuned. Game 3 next here on Speed Gaming. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Rick.